Now that we're heading into our lesson about Andy Warhol, where we're going to actually create something like he did, I just want to give you a little bit of a taste of what he is like. Here's a picture of him actually taking a picture. Andy Warhol was really interesting. He created all these works of art, and there he is in the middle with his camera. He was an avid photographer. Warhol started his career as an illustrator for a department store in the 50s. So here is an example of his illustrations. He started to create works of pop art in the 60s, appropriating imagery from consumer culture and breaking the boundaries between high art and lower forms of visual imagery, such as advertising and packaging. So what was really interesting was that he did create a lot of art that was an example of what you would see in the supermarket. So he did a lot of silk screens about Campbell's soup cans or about dishwasher detergent. So he was really interesting in that way, where he wanted to bring the average product that you would see in the store and make it artwork as well. He also did these silk screens of celebrities. He would walk around with a camera everywhere he went, and he would take pictures, and then he would create these silk screens of his friends. Here he is in his studio, the Silver Factory. Warhol was an avant-garde artist who worked in a large studio he called the Silver Factory. There, he created many films and collaborated with assistants and poets, musicians, dancers, writers, and other creative people on experimental pieces. He would also even make movies. He was a really interesting and well-rounded artist. He would also, you can see here, he would go out to nightclubs and whatnot. And in the 80s and 70s and 80s, that was kind of like the thing that you would do if you were a celebrity, as you can see here. Avant-garde, I mentioned that. Avant-garde is a group of people who develop new and often very surprising ideas in art, literature, etc. So Warhol not only used printmaking, but also audio recordings, photography, filmmaking, and collaborative painting to create works. Again, he walked around with the camera. Most of the time, he was kind of like your first reality TV show director, where he would actually take pictures of his life every day. And so again, he would take pictures of celebrities and then create these really interesting silk screens where he would make them very contrasted and then add color to them in spots. And that's something that we are going to do. We are going to create examples similar to this. So here's an example of Andy Warhol's compilation of silk screens where he would use the same silk screen, however he would change the colors, and that's something that we are going to do. Here's an example of Marilyn Monroe. He did a lot of artwork using her image, and you can see each background is a different color, her eyeshadow maybe is a different color, lipstick, etc. And so we're going to take that idea and use that in Pixlr. We're going to use the adjustments or the filters, etc. We're going to change our image so that we can experiment with more of the features in Pixlr. So now you know a little bit about Andy Warhol, you can start your project.